using bulky and confusing PC builds, or get your laptop, start your game in seconds and enjoy your game. Which do you think is the best? In this video, I'm going to put a brief comparison of these two gaming devices in front of you so that you can come to a proper conclusion at the end of the video. So without any delay, let's get started. Gaming desktop PCs or gaming laptops. I am going to categorize this comparison into four basic categories. The first one being performance, second one being practicality, third one being upgradability and servicing, and the last one being affordability. Firstly, let's quickly talk about the performance, because performance is the only thing which gamers consider when they are buying any kind of gaming device. So we are in 2020. Gaming laptops and gaming desktops are almost identical when it comes to their performance ratings, as nowadays you can fit in a lot of cores in a small size CPU, and also the graphic processing units, as they are getting a lot of significant improvements every year. Also, as the GPUs are having ray tracing features now, the gaming performance has never been much better. See, the PC platform is the same. The hardware used in the desktops and the laptops are almost the same. The name, the design, the architecture, both used in the laptops and the desktop PCs are similar. But desktop PCs often pull out more performance from their hardware when you compare it to laptops, and I will tell you why. The first factor is cooling. So the desktop PCs have a large case with pretty significant size fans inside them, all the way ranging from 90mm to 140mm, which can pull out all the hot air from the hardware and dissipate it around, and also throw it out of the PC case itself, which gets rid of the annoying problem of CPU or GPU throttling, resulting in better gameplay with little to no frame drops or stutter. You can also make use of the better liquid cooling system with giant radiators, which helps the PC to run cooler when you are gaming or doing any other heavy tasks. Laptop cooling system is a very significant drop when you compare to desktop's cooling system, because you have to fit in a fully functional cooling system inside a 15 to 17 inch frame, which also includes other hardware in it, resulting in smaller fan sizes, which can lead to evaporation of your thermal paste which is applied to the CPU or GPU, which can lead to lower performance levels, wherein your temperatures might reach up to 95 degrees Celsius, which is pretty bad. You might also need to invest in these kind of laptop coolers, which can suck out hot air from your laptop and run your gaming laptop way cooler. The companies will market these gaming laptops as beastie with amazing gaming performance, but the desktop grade CPUs and GPUs can easily pull out 20 to 30% more performance out of their hardware when you compare the benchmark scores of similarly spec'd computers. Why, you ask? Because desktop grade hardware runs on a higher power wattage when you compare to their laptop counterparts, as they are simply capable of receiving much more power from the AC source directly, which helps them achieve faster processing and higher clock speeds. So now you know who wins the performance badge. Now let's jump on to the second factor, practicality. A very debatable topic, as both the perspective seems very convincing. A PC build serves its purpose very well when gaming, with all the boxes needed like optimal temperatures, high frame rates, etc. checked. But obviously a gaming desktop PC is not at all portable or mobile. Until you plan to sit on one place and get your work done there, a gaming PC has no competition for the seamless and amazing performance it can give. A gaming laptop also should be able to do all the hardcore work and lifting, whether you are in a workplace, stationary, or also when you are in a go. But when you are specifically gaming, you might require your charging brick, or else you won't be able to play your AAA titles for longer hours in high settings, because your laptop grade processors are programmed to run with low power configurations, but high power gaming needs sufficient power for the processors and GPU to run your games optimally. In both the ways, you might end up looking for an AC plug point for all your gaming needs. Aside from that, it's a laptop. It can give you a battery range up to 4 to 5 hours when you're doing all your casual life stuff like writing or browsing, and you can spend your whole day without a charger. Then there's the third factor, upgradability and servicing. See, as I have told in my older videos, upgrading your gaming desktop PCs are a piece of cake, as manufacturers are trying to eliminate complications in their products, and also as there are countless PC building guides on the internet, I mean literally countless, it's an open case. Get your newer video card, unplug your older GPU from the PCIe slot of your motherboard, click the new one just like a piece of Lego. Hope no one is dumb enough to just learn how to play with some ribbon cables and plug and unplug the required ones to the respective GPU or the power supply. As there is a lot of freeness working within desktop PCs, troubleshooting becomes easier and convenient enough, leading to faster servicing of the computer, often costing only some screws and screwdrivers to diagnose the issue. Gaming laptops are a whole different story. The main parts of the laptop, the CPU and the GPU, both are soldered onto the motherboard, so upgrading them is ruled out of the equation itself. The things you can upgrade are the memory, your battery, your storage, and some other miscellaneous yet important parts. So don't expect your laptop to be very future-proofing as your PCs are. Servicing a laptop is also a hectic process, as there's a lot of delicate hardware crammed inside this 15 to 17 inch small frame. I mean, just look at your tall towering gaming PCs with so much space for hardware, and just look at your laptop sitting on a small desk over there. So what ends up happening is, even to diagnose any small issue in a laptop, it becomes a very big headache, as you need to unscrew or unplug a lot of significant parts inside the laptop to get it to your faulty hardware. And unfortunately, if the problem lies within your GPU or CPU, which are soldered onto the motherboard, you can't even swap the CPU or GPU from the laptop like you swapped it from your PCs. You might need to replace your whole motherboard, which comes expensive. The last factor, which is actually a very important factor, is affordability. When you compare the individual hardware prices side by side, there is a huge substantial price difference between desktop gaming PCs and gaming laptops. But considering the fact that nowadays gaming laptops are offering superb peripherals like RGB mechanical keyboard and also high refresh rate screens, I would say spending that extra amount of money on a well-reviewed gaming laptop is totally a great option. You can get a budget gaming laptop in India for a price range of around 50 to 70,000. I don't recommend going below that price point, because you might get a outdated GPU, or sometimes you might not even get a dedicated GPU with the laptop. What will you even play with the integrated graphics which Intel gives with the CPU itself? Yeah, gaming laptops are considered as all-rounder machines. But you know, gaming desktop PCs has the largest fan base when it comes to the gaming community, as these gaming PCs are much more reliable and worth every penny you spend on buying every hardware for it. Also, you can build a gaming PC easily which can run all your games with playable frame rates for a lower price. So, if you don't give a about anything else except brilliant gaming performance, longevity of your PC, optimal temperatures, and also high frame rates, you can go and buy a pre-built gaming PC, or also best option, you can build a PC for yourself. If you're looking for an all-rounder machine which can do good gaming with portability, but you're ready to compromise on the upgradability and servicing and also the longevity of your device, you can buy a gaming laptop easily. There are a lot of great options out there, both offline and online. If you feel that I have missed some points in the video, do let me know in the comment section down below. If you liked my overall video, do smash that like button. And if you are new to the channel, remember to subscribe to my channel. And as always, this is Pawan signing out.